One day, I'm gonna catch a tuna. On day one, we head down some pretty average conditions, but the plan of course was to spear one. We spent most of the day jumping in, but the visibility was just rubbish, making it near impossible to spot anything in the water. So we decided to all jump back on the boat and fish for them instead, as we didn't want to head in empty-handed.
Oh, look at his casting technique already! He's so good!
It was getting late, so we headed in and cooked up a solid feed of fresh tuna steaks and smashed out a ton of sashimi in preparation for the big day tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, today is the day. Oh man, the conditions were so much better this day, and we were in for a real treat. And after some searching, we managed to locate a school of tuna on the sounder. So Jack and Harry hopped in, while Sam and I waited on the boat with anticipation.
Come on, come on, come on!
Unfortunately, Jack missed his shot, but Harry on the other hand didn't waste any time. I was up next, so jumped in and did a few dives, but the tuna were just hanging out a bit too deep for me at around 20 meters. We moved on though and found another school, and I jumped back in. I could just make out the tuna from the surface, so I did a quick breathe up and dived down into them. Within seconds, I was surrounded by a tuna tornado. There were so many that I didn't even know which one to aim at, but I patiently waited for one to swim in front of my gun, and bang! I let the spear fly. Sadly, my shot was a bit low and it got off, which is absolutely heartbreaking. Sam, however, managed to get a good shot into one and the fight was on.
Yes, Sam!
I could see Sam's tuna had strung itself on the shooting line, so offered a second shot.
Do a second shot or?
What happened next was quite dangerous, and I'm so glad that nothing went wrong. But this situation should not have happened. It was my fault for missing the second shot though, and don't ask me how I missed. When hunting bigger fish, it's so important to be mindful of your line, as it can easily wrap around you. And it certainly didn't help that Sam had to worry about my float line as well. Fortunately, the fish was already quite hurt and tired out, as if it had taken off again, it could have easily dragged him under. I thank God everything worked out in the end though.
Nice one!
So now with 2 fish on board, all that was left was for Jack and I to land one. And after an hour of searching, we finally found them. So we hopped in, and after a bit of a swim, the tuna started to materialise. I dived down into the school and lined up the perfect shot, and the stupid safety was on. Are you kidding me?
Bruh.
I quickly switched it off while trying my best to remain calm, as I knew I still had a chance at shooting one. My heart was racing though, and I'd run through this scenario so many times in my head and didn't want to stuff it up again. I made sure to take my time though, and bang! The fight was on.
Shot!
I really didn't want to lose another fish, so made sure to play it slow until I knew my shot was good, and then I started pulling it up. Once I had it in my hands, I made sure to dispatch it and bleed it immediately to ensure the quality of the meat would be in best shape for eating, and also out of respect for the fish. And just like that, I successfully landed my first tuna ever, which had been a dream of mine ever since I started spearfishing. All the failed attempts chasing tuna finally seemed so worth it. To say I was stoked would be a massive understatement. All that was left to complete this perfect day was for Jack to get his, and he did not disappoint. Mission success!
Mission success. Baby.
With all of us now with a fish and happy, we decided to head back in. And on the way in, we came across a crazy bust up, with sharks and tuna both breaching the surface. What a freaking way to end the perfect trip. Oh, that's sick.
Ethan Yo, eating his first tuna's heart. How is it, mate?
Tastes just like the bloodline.
Yeah? Come on.
Not that bad, I reckon.
Nah?
I'll save the rest for you. If you made it this far, I'd really appreciate if you could give it a like. Thanks, guys.